This is how to make avatar attachments for IMVU. You will need IMVU Studio, an IMVU attachment compatible Devkits, and either one or a combination of 3D software capable of handling, modeling, rigging, material assignments, UV map editing, and texturing with support for either FBX or IMVU Car 3D export. For this tutorial, we will use IMVU Studio, the SOB 3D Mandy Devkit linked in this video's description as our Devkit, and Blender 5.0 as our 3D software. We will also use a Blender add-on, IMVU Car 3D Exporter, which will allow us to export our creations from Blender to different file formats for IMVU. Once you have installed all necessary software and add-ons, you may proceed. Start by unpacking the contents of the SOB 3D Mandy Devkit into a folder of your choice. Open the animation folder, then double-click the Shapes Animation Blender file to open it. For IMVU, every accessory needs a skeleton with at least one bone being its root bone. So, press Shift A, move your cursor to Armature, then click Single Bone. With the bone selected, press Tab to go into Edit mode. Select the bone, press F2, then rename the bone as desired. Renaming the bone isn't necessary for a successful export to IMVU, but it can help when debugging export issues should you have any. Once done, press Tab to go back into object mode. You now want to either make your mesh or import it if you have made it already. In our case, we will use a simple torus object as our mesh. So press Shift A, hover over mesh, then click torus. Press W or right click depending on your Blender settings, then click Shade Smooth to give the mesh smooth shading. Select the mesh, shift select the bone, press Ctrl P, then click with automatic weight to parent your mesh to the bone. You will want to make sure all the vertices of the mesh are parented to the bone by pressing Tab to go into edit mode, then A to select all vertices, then clicking Assign with the vertex group named after your bone selected. Your mesh is now properly attached to the bone. Now you need to pick the bone on the IMVU avatar that you want your accessory attached to. In our case, that will be the LF elbow bone. With the bone selected, go to the Transform Orientations menu, then click on the plus sign to create a custom orientation aligned with the selected bone. Click on the Move tool to confirm that the transform axes or the red, blue, green arrows are aligned with the bone's axes. Press Shift S, then click Cursor to Selected. With the added bone selected, press Shift S, then click Selection to Cursor. Go to the Objects menu, Transform, then click Align to Transform Orientation. Put the bone in pose mode by pressing Ctrl Tab. With the bone selected, go to the Data tab, then check Axes under the Viewport Display section. Do the same with the default avatar armature, then ensure that the axes of both your custom bone and the bone of your choice are aligned. You can further edit your mesh by selecting it, pressing Tab to enter edit mode, and then editing as desired. Once done, select your custom bone, press Ctrl A, then click all transforms to apply the transformation. You can change the transformation orientation back to global now. Select your mesh and add a material from the material tab. Ensure you index the material by putting a number higher than 10 in square brackets at the end of the material's name. Your avatar attachment is now ready for export. Select your mesh, then shift select the custom bone. Go to File, Export, IMVU Car 3D Export. Give the export a desired name. For avatar attachments, you only need 3 Car 3D files. You will need the XSF for the skeleton, the XMF for the mesh, and the XRF for the material. If you have any attached textures to your materials, be sure to check Copy Textures to copy your textures to the export destination. resolution. Increase the scale to 100, then click IMVU Cal 3D Export to export the files. Your attachment is now ready to be imported into IMVU Studio. Open IMVU Studio and derive from any of the available empty accessory products. Once the scene is loaded, import your Cal 3D assets. Go to the Mesh tab, click the plus sign to add a new mesh, then select your imported mesh asset. Go to the Material tab and select your imported material asset. Go to the Skeleton tab and select your imported skeleton asset. Lastly, change the node to the name of the bone that your attachment is aligned with, which in our case is the LF elbow bone. Click Preview to see your results. Be sure to leave any questions you may have about this process in the comment section. Thank you for watching.